Everybody, what is going on? All right, I'll wait till some people to join. I know I just put this on here. Let me go ahead and share this out with the masses on Twitter. Share, tweet. Okay. Yeah, I might have to get some AC on here in this baby because it's cold. I mean, it's hot. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, 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 and some more welcomes. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Yeah, get that baby up a little bit. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't have my whole setup yet. I'm in the car right now because I got to hit the road immediately and get back to work on a few different things that I'm working on right now. But I know I promised you guys a chat. I'm extremely I'm busy. So trying to get this chat in, getting the channel set up soon. Hopefully moving soon to a bigger place. That way I'll have my whole little office set up for all my fantastic videos, which is going to be absolutely insane. So very excited about what the future holds. See you at opening day, Pete. I'm not going to the 26th. I'm going to the game on the 28th. So I'll be in Baltimore at a game on the 28th. If anybody is going, go. If you are local, if you're in New York, come. Come to the game. I'm serious, guys. Come. Take the damn train up. Or whatever it is. It's a quick drive there. I'm going to arrive very early. The game begins at 4:05. My plan is to arrive at like 11, 10, 11 around that time. So we can all get together, go have some drinks, whatever it is. If anybody's doing it, anybody's going to be there, let me know. Let me know on Twitter. Let me know on here. And we'll definitely get up while we're there. Because that's my plan. My plan is to go. I can watch the game at home. I don't care. The reason I'm going there is to catch up with some of you guys and to record some videos and stuff like that. So hopefully as many of you guys can go as possible. Aaron Judge. Yeah, we'll talk about Judge. You know, I see a lot of people talking about Judge being injury prone. Now, I do want to discuss this because I've seen a lot of people bring this up. I kind of find myself pumping the brakes a little bit when I talk about Aaron Judge being injury prone. Let's discuss why. The broken wrist was due to a fastball by Junis of the Royals. Not much you could do about that. That happens. So I don't see that as injury prone. The other one is Judge diving for a ball, and this is where this injury came from, which then lets me say, I don't want to say Aaron Judge is injury prone. I think a lot of Aaron Judge's injuries come from legit baseball activity while he's playing the game. Unlike a guy like Ellsbury, Pavano, hell, I'll even go as far as saying Stanton. Stanton gets injured from any damn thing, it seems like. From sneezing, he's injured. So Stanton's been a guy who's always been injured. So, you know, I don't consider Aaron Judge to that level. Is it frustrating? Yes, it's very, very frustrating as a fan to see Aaron Judge being hurt again when this is the guy I think we all can agree that we want to really play more games than just about anybody. We want Aaron Judge on the field just about more than any other player on the team because of what he can bring. And we want to see what he can do in a full season. We haven't really got a chance to see that since his rookie year when he had 52 homers. And to me was the MVP, but, you know, we'll save that for later. But the Yankees got luckily for the Yankees. And I'll talk about the medical staff. So what about his medical staff? I agree with that. The medical staff on the Yankees, whoever is doing this, whoever's in charge, the Yankees organization in general has a lot to answer to when it comes to these injuries. Look, these injuries happened in September. Paxton they said it was affecting him in the postseason. Severino, tons of tests, nothing. Nobody considered, hey, let's do this dye test now. Judge in September. There's just a lot of, even Stanton we knew was injured in September. There's just been a lot of this stuff that it seems like this team just as an organization hasn't really got a grasp of. So it'll be interesting to see if they make any further changes, if they kind of get a grasp on this injury bug. It's kind of scary. So Sanchez is having an injury bug right now too with his back, but it doesn't seem like nothing serious. But the only reason I say let's wait till we say anything on that. All these injuries apparently weren't serious, and now we're finding out these guys are out longer. If Aaron Judge needs surgery, if it ever goes that route, he's going to be done for the year. Now, the good thing is the Yankees do got depth when it comes to the outfield. They got Tauchman. They got, Andujar looks like he could play the outfield. He's looked pretty good out there. And they got Clint Frazier who could play the outfield. It's not going to be the greatest defensive outfield, but, their bats should make up for it. When it comes to a couple of other things, so I see you guys continuing to talk about the medical staff. I mean, I don't know. My main concern is not necessarily guys getting injured. I would say my main concern is, right now, my main concern for the Yankees is the way they're handling the injuries. I don't find it excusable in any way possible that a player was injured in September. You wait all the way until spring training to figure out what the hell is going on. That to me is odd. That to me doesn't make sense. So that to me is where I feel like they're dropping the ball here. If these guys need a test all off season long, then all of a sudden spring training comes around and you go, maybe we got to do this dye test. What in the hell took you 4 to 5 months to figure that out? That's my problem. Frazier at right field, Tauchman in center, Andujar in left field. That wouldn't bother me much. I mean, I think we got to see more of Andujar in left field. But guys, if you remember, and when I talked about Andujar in the offseason, I said the one thing I think Andujar can learn different positions is he's an athletic guy. This is not a guy that's a big, bulky guy that doesn't move well. Andujar's got a little bit of speed to him. He's fast. He's in great shape. So, to me, I'm not concerned with Andujar as much as I would be, let's say, a Luke Voit learning another position. I think Andujar will be fine. Anthony, I can see that too. I can see Aaron Judge being quiet about it and just hoping it gets better. And that's not the way to do it. That's not captain-like, so to say. I know you want to play through injuries. I know you want to do anything you can to get on the field because Aaron Judge is a guy that we're not going to sit here and say doesn't want to play or just wants to be injured. We know that's not the case with Aaron. Aaron's a guy who will be on the field with a broken bone if he had to. He'd be on the field right now, I believe, if, this wasn't spring training. I think he would try to get out there and just hide it and struggle and, not make excuses. That's the kind of guy he is. Would the next move be outfield or starting pitching? Well, per my understanding, they're more in the market right now for a starter. And I could see why they would be, whether it's a back end of the rotation type guy. But I do think guys like David Hale, I think Michael King, I think all these guys have a shot to make that fifth starter spot. There's been some positives here. I know a lot of people are looking at the injuries and saying these are all negatives. Jordan Montgomery's been letting loose on his fastball. He's been touching 95 miles an hour. That's impressive. That's basically better than what Montgomery has done in the past. So to me, that is something I'm happy to see. Make Green a starter. I kind of like that role that Green has stayed in. I mean, if they want to go with an opener, I'm okay with that too. Who would you extend in the upcoming year? Judge, Glaber, or Sanchez? I mean, I think the more you look at it right now, the guy you are most interested and truly extending would be Gleyber Torres right now, even more than Aaron Judge, just because of the injury concern. Gleyber Torres is a guy who, you know, I think maybe eventually becomes a third baseman as he grows and gets bigger. Remember, the guy's only, 21, 22 years old, whatever, younger 20s. He's going to get bulkier. He has that body frame, similar to the body frame of like a Martin Prado, who's a guy you can see bulking out a little more as he gets older. So I could definitely see Gleyber Torres moving over to third eventually. He got the arm for it. He got everything for it. I like him at second base the most now. Not extremely concerned with him playing shortstop for the moment. Let it be and go for there. We'll see what happens. When does Clark get called? I wouldn't be shocked if he gets called early on. Look, guys, if you guys remember, I get some really good information on the Yankees, especially the minor league system. I'm not really big on the minors. It's never been my forte, but I get good information. I remember back in the day when everybody was screaming for Justice Sheffield to be called up, and I said, hold on, guys, pump the brakes for a second, because everything I'm told is that this guy's not ready. He's not good. And he's not going to make it, especially in this division where guys take pitches. That turned out to be accurate. I reported quite a bit last year that Clark is their number one guy. He is the best young starting pitcher that this team has. Now, he's starting to get that name recognition. A lot of people has named him the number one pitching prospect for the Yankees. He's on all of the top 100 prospect lists now. And he's there. Guys, just going back to Clark for a second. Before Clark had his injury, he would have been a first-round draft pick. He would have been a first-round guy. He wouldn't be a Yankee. He would not be a Yankee. The Yankees took the risk because they knew what he is. A lot of teams don't want to take a risk on a player who needs to have surgery because you know you're going to miss a year already. And how advanced is that guy truly to possibly get healthy and go to A-ball immediately? Clark was that guy. He was able to do that. He was able to climb the ranks fairly quickly, and now he's there for the major league team. He is by far, it's not even a comparison, the most complete starting pitching prospect I would say the Yankees have had since Severino, and I would argue that he's more of a pitcher at this point in his career than even Luis Severino is. This is a guy that got 4+ pitches. And off-speed pitches are a plus for him. Great curveball, great movement, still developing a good changeup, but already at an average level. Great fastball with amazing movement. So this is a guy who is superior to a guy right now like Deivi Garcia. But Garcia is a guy who just has overall really good stuff. Everybody I talk to about Garcia, they all see him being more of a relief pitcher. I think he can make some starts this year himself, but I really think he can help the Yankees out of the bullpen. But Clark will definitely be a starter for the Yankees at some point this year, as long as he stays healthy. Gonna be bust? No, I think one of those guys make it. Look, I'll tell you guys this right now. For a guy like Mike King, don't sit there and expect this guy to be the next great starting pitcher. Don't sit here to expect this guy to come up and be a legit 1, 2, or 3. That's the wrong expectation, and that's unfair to the pitcher. He's not that guy. So I'll just tell you now, he's not that guy. What you want to do with a guy like Michael King is hope he can be a reliable starting pitcher for the Yankees. If he could develop as a good back-end starter, that's great. That'll be everything the Yankees would want. If he could be a guy that can spot start, fill in for an injury, get you 5, 6 solid innings every game, maybe 3, 4 runs, but when he pitches, he'll keep you in the ball game. That's a win. That is a win for the Yankees. So I see a lot of people with the expectations of a guy like Michael King that he could be really great. Pump the brakes on that one. Hope he's a guy that could get you through some games, get some L's up there. Not L's, I'm sorry. Get some W's up there. You don't want him to get you some losses. Get some W's up there and go from there. So that's the type of starting pitcher you want him to be. Clark is the guy you want to see develop into a legitimate 1, 2, or 3. You think we could get Bieber? What would it take? It'll take a lot. But the Yankees have a lot. So this is going to be the offseason again of knowing Severino's going to be gone for the year. We already know that. We'll see what Paxton looks like when he comes back. But folks, if Cole, Paxton, and Tanaka are healthy, that's still one of the best 1, 2, 3s you'll find anywhere in baseball. I do think the Yankees will be active on the pitching market, no doubt about it. Do the Yankees go after Puig? No, I don't think they need that. I don't think Puig is an option for them. They shouldn't go after him, in my opinion. Why are they waiting on surgery in 6 months? Doesn't it heal in 2 weeks? Heal it. I don't. If you're talking about Aaron Judge there, remember. If you're talking about Aaron Judge, remember, Aaron Judge has had this injury since September and it hasn't healed. So I think there needs to be concern in that area. Voit or Ford? I think Voit gets all the chances in the world. I think Voit gets every chance to win the first base job. But I do think there's a good chance that Mike Ford will make this team. Herrera's going to make this team too. I could definitely see Herrera making this team. Why are they delaying the NFL? I agree. I agree. I agree with that. I agree. I agree 100% with you saying that. Now, here's the thing you got to remember. My conversation with Aaron Judge is going to be this. Aaron, we have an understanding that this happened in September. Is that the case? If that is the case, December, January, February, it's been about 5 months. If this thing is not healed anyway, and I know doctors can tell you that, doctors can look at this and say, yeah, it's healing, or we're probably going to recommend surgery here. I agree with you on that one. Now, the question is, Judge probably never told anybody about it, so nobody really knows. But if they know what happened in September, if it hasn't healed up now, why don't you go out there and say, look, sorry, we already know this guy's not coming back. Now we need to look forward to see what's going to happen. I have a bold prediction for this year. I got a bold prediction for this year. I think Estevan Florial is going to make a return this year to his legitimate prospect status. I think Flo is going to make a strong impact somewhere this year. I'm going to go out there and support this guy. I know I've had a lot of scouts tell me he hasn't developed. I know I've been saying this for years and years now. But I'm going to go out there and say this is the possibility with a guy like Judge being hurt, Stanton being hurt. These younger guys are going to come up and make something. I think Estevan Florial is going to make something of himself this year. I really believe it. I think the Yankees are going to start him in Double-A. I think he's finally going to get used to that advanced, tough level. And I think maybe there's a chance he comes up at some point this year to help out the big team. Yeah, I think Herrera is going to make the team, but I think they both can make the team. Remember, Herrera could play everywhere. He could definitely play the outfield. But we also know Tyler Wade can play everywhere. They're both guys I can see make this team. Both great speed. And look, you're never going to make up for Aaron Judge or Stanton's power. So the thing you should do is look for it in other areas. If you can add more speed to this team, that's great. Do it. And I think Herrera and I think Wade add that to this ball club. Florial needs his back's against the wall. He got to show progression. Wade can hit a soft ground ball the second at any position. You're right about that. How about Ray? Should he be cheaper now? No. The Diamondbacks have a legitimate chance to compete this year. They got a solid rotation. They got a pretty strong offense. You know, Jake Lamb is a guy who they feel this year is going to really take off even more. They're not going to trade him right now. He would make sense when it comes to the deadline if they're out of it. That would make a lot of sense. Now, the name to look out for is John Gray. I think John Gray is a legitimate name the Yankees can go after and possibly go after earlier than the deadline. I think John Gray would make a ton of sense for this ball club. Ton of sense. Talked about in the offseason, if you guys remember my video, he was part of the trade scenarios that I was told that the Yankees specifically mentioned as an actual target. The NJ.com reported at some point this offseason that the Yankees were interested in talking about him and trying to go after him and actually had some conversation about him. So he is no doubt a name on the Yankees' target. No doubt about it. Who would I trade? Judge, Sanchez, or Andujar? That's a tough hypothetical because at the end of the day, I don't know what I'm getting in return. So I can't say I would trade any of those guys for not knowing what's the return. That's a hard one because they all got great talent. They all got great potential. I think people gave up on Miguel Andujar just because of an injury and just because of what Urshela done. I don't think Gio Urshela is the hitter Miguel Andujar is. I think we're going to see that this year. I think Miguel Andujar is a guy you got to find a spot for him because his bat's too good. His bat is too good. This is a legitimate all-star bat. You don't just give up on that. I was telling fans that all off season. You don't just get rid of that. Now, if you're talking about it for a legit starting pitcher like a Bieber or a guy that you can plug in quickly, then you consider those type of deals. But I think he's a guy that you got to find somewhere to play. I think Iannetta should make the team. I think he's better for a guy like Gary Sanchez. He's a veteran. He can push him a little bit. I think if Gary doesn't work for a guy like Cole, I think you can see Iannetta in there more. A guy who's pretty good defensively, but he's a veteran. He knows what he's doing up there. I think that'll make a little more sense for a guy like Sanchez, who I still think needs that extra push. Hey, Jordan, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Gray Arenado, if third base fails through, no interest. If third base falls through, or no interest. I think there'd definitely be interest in Arenado. No doubt about it. The Yankees obviously have had interest in him. So I think there will certainly be interest in Nolan Arenado for the Yankees. I do think John Gray is also a guy they can go after. Look, the Yankees have a very good farm system. A lot of people have threw their hands up in the air and said, well, the farm system's not that good anymore. That's just not the case. The farm system is still very good. I told you guys about this. Guys like Luis Gil would be a top prospect for many teams. These guys are really, really good. Well, I want to see Gary Sanchez this year. He looks like he's in fantastic shape. It looks like he's slimmed down quite a bit, which would allow him to be a little quicker on his feet. So I want to see that this year. I want to see what Gary Sanchez could do this year. I don't want to say it's a make or break. I don't really see that. But I do think there's the possibility that Gary Sanchez could really raise his stock this year or really hurt himself. So I want to see what that looks like this year. I know he's out of the game due to the bad back, but we'll see. Let him play. All right, guys, I'm going to get ready to jump off here. As I said, I got a lot of things going on today, a lot of things I got to try to get done. But I appreciate you guys sticking around. Again, folks, I've been saying for a while now, if anyone is interested in making videos on this channel, contact me directly. I will get them posted for you, and I'll be happy to have you guys make some videos for the channel. It's been very busy the next couple of weeks still for me. It's going to be busy, but I'm going to try to make as many videos as I possibly can. I'll be in the studio later today for a couple of hours getting some things done. But other than that, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for everything you do and contribute to the channel. Talk to you guys again very soon. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you.